no place where you run. There's no place that you can hide, that God doesn't see you and God won't touch you. The word is, will you stand up and proclaim the gospel to a dying world? Will you stand up and proclaim the gospel to a dying world? Or will you continue to try and run and hide? But you don't understand, preacher. They won't hear me. One planet, another water, but God gives the increase. Mm-hmm. And you got to understand, if they reject you, it's not you that they're rejecting. It's the Christ that is in you that they're rejecting. And let me tell you something. If you plant the seed and you pray that the seed germinates and that it will grow, and you pray that somebody will water that seed, after a while, the hardest of hearts will be pricked. After a while, the heart of stone is going to become a heart of flesh. And it will be touched. And people will come to know, what is it that I need to do to be saved? And then after they receive salvation, they'll look at you and say, if I'd known that it was this easy, I would have done it years ago. Had I known that it was going to be this good, I would have done it years ago. If I'd known that I would be in such great company, I would have done it years ago. They would have stopped and wait and hear what the Lord has for them to do. Are you the one God is calling today? Are you the one that God is saying, I'm extending my hand to you, that you would do exactly what I want you to do? Or are you still trying to run, and you're still trying to hide, and you're still trying to duck, and you're still trying to die? How many of y'all played hide and seek when you were younger? There was always one person that you didn't want to play with because they always seemed to know where you were hiding at. Well, the same thing is true now. You're trying to play hide and seek with God, and God is the best finder of all people. You can't hide from him. You can't run from him. The only thing that you can do is be obedient to what he's calling you to do. And when you become obedient to what he's calling you to do, you will be prosperous in whatsoever he tells you to do. And whatsoever he tells you to do. I'm about to close, but I got to go back to the fishermen. They fished all night outside of the will of God, and they didn't catch a thing. Jesus sees them, and they don't even recognize that it's Jesus. And he says, do you have any meat? Actually, do you have any food? No. We worked all night, and we were totally unsuccessful. We're casting that on the right side of the boat. I'm a professional. I know what I'm doing. There's no fish in this spot. I'm going home. Get some sleep, and I'll go out tomorrow night to a different spot. But they were obedient to what God called them to do. And they did what he said to do. And there were so many fish that the net should have broken. But it didn't. When you're obedient to what God is calling you to do, when you're successful in it, by natural standards, you shouldn't have success. And by natural standards, the success that you haven't should be lost, because the weight of your success is too great for what you have. But God will do the miraculous and make you successful in the midst of a famine. How many of you would rather be successful in the midst of the famine? How many of you would rather listen to what God is telling you to do and become successful and do exactly what he's telling you to do? Then just simply stand to your feet.